Hey guys, did you miss me? DJ Atomica here for Transporter FM, and I've got most of the gang here as we check out some of the new cars for Gran Turismo 7.
In particular, this Porsche 911 Turbo S, the current one, 992 and all that has much better looks and is wicked fast. It's wide, it's incredibly quick off the line. We've been waiting for it in other racing games rather than mobile ones for eons now, and I think it's currently the best 911 ever made.
Stop right there, sir. I know you know I love 911s, but that claim is bogus. The best 911 ever made is the new 992 GT3 RS. It is the ultimate track car for the road. It has a crazy high-revving engine. It's the first road Porsche ever to have working DRS. And when you tune it up, it sounds like an F1 car. This, right here, is the best Porsche ever made. Emphasis on the Porsche.
Are we really gonna get into this, Wixie?
You know, this is my area of expertise, Transporter. Don't even start.
Well, as you can see, thanks to Kaz releasing some lovely Porsches in the latest update to GT7, Wixie and the boss have been at it comparing and contrasting their own picks from Stuttgart, so we might as well compare them both. Let's go! Right, so how this is gonna work is, I'll be the arbitrator for this showdown, and we'll have each of you make a solo case as to why you think your Porsche is better than the other. Who wants to go first?
I think I'm confident in my argument, but ladies first.
Alrighty, Wixie, you have the floor.
Don't mind if I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS for the 992 generation. We've already seen this car in other racing games. Actually, I'll be frank here. This car is everywhere now. It's been on CSR Racing 2 ever since, but now it's been put in every other racing game. Gran Turismo 7 were the first to give it the full realism works. But then came Need for Speed No Limits, the Crew Motorfest, Forza Horizon 5, Car X Street, heck, even Rocket League, our favourite car soccer game, has this car now. Many will probably complain that this has become the quote-unquote TikTok car, where you just see spoiled rich kids, influencers, or crypto bros buy one of these and do stupid things with them on the app, but I don't think that will harm its own reputation. Of course, a car like this belongs in the hands of people more competent as well as those who actually know what this car was built for. But let's not say that the influencers of today ruined this car. It's still an absolute track weapon and still gets the respect it deserves.
Maybe so, but let's not sugarcoat this. There are lots of videos of this car on TikTok, and I get what you're saying. The tech and the engineering put into this car to make it crazy fast on tracks and on the Nürburgring is incredible. But people who buy it aren't using it for that.
I know, but hear me out. Despite what people online are doing to their allocation of this thing, it's still a car that deserves respect and still gets it. Anywho, when you buy the car from Brand Central, it will set you back about 340,000 credits. And when you tune it to the max with all the applicable parts, you'll get a 779 horsepower track monster that weighs just over 1 ton.
Any, wide body installation?
Well, no.
Any forced induction?
Nope. You can't install any turbochargers or superchargers here.
So, and I know you mean well, Wixie, but 779 horsepower doesn't sound like a significant bump to get it to compete against other tuned machines. What is its performance point rating?
It's about 814, I think.
So, it's that high, but it only has just under 800 horsepower. I mean, don't get me wrong, 779 horsepower is a lot. And with it weighing just over a ton, the power-to-weight ratio must be big, but there are other cars with nearly as high a performance rating. And they had a lot more power, right?
They do, but the focus is not so much on power. It's about how this car corners and maneuvers through tight turns on track. And despite you not being able to customize the aero on this car, it's already suited to corner better than most other cars right out of the box. When you max this car out, you get a track toy that revs as high as an F1 car at up to 12,000 RPMs and can still grip corners and make incredible turns like it's nobody's business.
Well, did you get accustomed to the GT3 RS, boss?
I did actually, and she's mostly correct. The GT3 RS is incredibly grippy, and despite you not being able to tweak the downforce on it, it's more than capable of pulling off some insane turns at high speeds. The DRS works as well, but if you upgrade your car with nitrous, you can't use it. I don't know, but because DRS is an overtake mechanic, the game has it paired with its overtake functions alongside nitrous. Anywho, I did do a lap with it at our test track, Tokyo Expressway South counterclockwise, and it wasn't all that bad. The only thing that concerned me is that it just doesn't have the straight line speed For most of our tuned cars with a perf point rating of 800 and above, I can usually get cars to crack over 200 miles per hour easily on the front and second straights. But this can only manage about 190 up to 200, and it's mostly because of all the drag it has.
I guess I was sort of expecting that.
Still, after the runs I did with it, the time I eventually got with it isn't bad, but I have you pegged because my favorite 911 actually made a run faster than this.
So with that all said, on to you, boss. Tell us about the 911 Turbo S and why it's a better Porsche than the GT3 RS.
Right, so the 911 Turbo S. I know some of you who have been with me since my teenage transporter days know how I feel about Porsche, but I'll make an admission. The 911 Turbo is one of my favorite cars ever.
Whoa, you came on quite strong there. Is that a true admission?
Yes, Wixie! The 911 Turbo is one of the best variants of the 911 ever created, and I will die on that hill. I know the GT2 is the ultimate 911, but the Turbo is the perfect everyday supercar, not to mention a true rocket ship. Ever since the 992 Turbo S was unveiled, we've been waiting for it to appear in racing games, but we've only seen it in mobile ones like CSR Racing 2 or Need for Speed No Limits. For some time, I thought it would appear in the Crew 2 or the Crew Motorfest, but I was puzzled as to which discipline it would end up in. Street Tier 2 or Hypercar. To be fair, I think the 911 GT3 RS answered that question, but if it were to appear as a Street Tier 2, I surmise it would completely decimate the competition, as it does here in Gran Turismo 7.
Wait! It can't be more powerful than cars with swapped engines, right?
Well, clearly not all of them. Obviously, there are those crazy expensive swaps involving Drift BRZ, the Bugatti, and the custom Ford Maverick, all with the possibility of producing 1,200 horsepower or more. This car starts out with a 640 horsepower twin turbocharged flat six, which you can upgrade to produce 1,061 horsepower and 728 pound-feet of torque, all while weighing just shy of 2,700 pounds. Plus, it's a turbo, and all turbo models from the 993 onwards came standard with all-wheel drive. So not only is it quick off the line, but it's also quick to its top speed of over 240 miles per hour. Mind you, I tuned mine to only max at 240 mph since it was more than enough with what I use it for. It is capable of going even faster.
Bro, what? 240? I think he has you beat there, Wixie. Did you do a lap on your Turbo S, boss? Is it really faster?
Hey, I did! And guess what? It's so much faster! Well, I'll get more serious here. Despite the difference in perf point rating, the GT3 RS being higher than the Turbo S, and with the GT3 RS being lighter and producing more downforce than the Turbo S, most of the difference in lap times came down to power, and as we said, there's a stark difference, 779 versus 1061. One of the big disadvantages to this car is that it doesn't have active aero like the GT3 RS. The auto lifting spoiler and front splitter are optional extras that you'll have installed at GT Auto. I don't know if it was a licensing constraint or if Kaz and his crew were being lazy, but that's definitely a weird thing because this very car will be in Forza Horizon 5 today, and it most likely will have its active aero enabled. Anywho, the upside to this is that with those aero bits that look like the car's original active aero parts installed, you can adjust the front and rear downforce, and with the right setting you can get this car to corner pretty well. Not as well as the GT3 RS, but well, nonetheless. And that's partially because downforce isn't its only ally here. Its all-wheel drive system is doing good work here too. The stability and grip this car provides thanks to its all-wheel drive is definitely key. The end result? My Turbo S is almost 3 seconds faster than Wixie's GT3 RS.
I get the feeling that if we were on a more technical track like the Nordschleife or even Suzuka, things would be different.
I don't really think so. Both our cars corner well, your car better than mine to be frank, but this car's handling is just as good. Plus, we're adding on the fact that it has over 1,000 horsepower, and despite it being heavier than your car, it's still not as heavy with all the upgrades.
I think we have to put all this to the test. We can compare lap times side by side afterwards, but Wixie, you're gonna have to get in your GT3 RS, and boss man, you'll have to get in your Turbo S, and we'll have a bunch of other NPCs racing at our go-to track, Tokyo Expressway East, Clockwise. Wixie, if you can hold off Transporter in his Porsche after 2 laps here against the rest of the fodder, we'll conclude that your 911 is better. But if the boss wins, well, you know where this is going.
I will gladly take the defeat if it comes to that.
Very well, let's do this.
I might be in over my head here. This 917 Legend is just too fast for me to contain. And this, damn it! The Vision GT just got past me.
Yeah, well, watch your right.
Where did you come from?
0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds and a top speed of 240 miles per hour, my friend. I'll see you when this is all over. Oh no, we're not done, Missy. We gotta compare these cars side by side. I want you to watch carefully as to how this monster of a 911 outruns your grippy track bug.
You're going to subject me to more torture? Really?
Yes, I am. Now, watch this.
you have it. The numbers don't lie. The 911 Turbo S is a better car to drive in this circumstance than the 911 GT3 RS. You win again, boss.
I will get you, Transporter. I do have other Porsches up my sleeve that can take whatever car you drive. You better be ready.
I'm always ready, Wixie.
All right. Hey, boss, why don't you send our viewers home for a change?
I'd love to. So if you enjoyed our little spat about which car is best, leave a like on this video and subscribe to us. It really helps us a lot. We'll definitely have more of these in the future, and I think we're planning something big around Christmas time, right guys?
Our plans sort of always fall through though, but I really want to hold an awards ceremony as well as our first monthly multi-game showcase with news and car and game reviews. Just like old Top Gear.
I'd really be down for that. That would be so epic.
Anywho, we still have to get through all of the new things seen in the update for Need for Speed Unbound, with NFS celebrating its 30th anniversary and with Most Wanted. Now the main theme for Volume 9, we have to dissect all the bits and pieces seen in this new wave of content for Unbound. Also, as usual, we have cars to review in Motorfest and maybe NFS World. Maybe. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. This is the Transporter alongside Atomica and Wixie signing off today on Transporter FM.